Okay, so this situation took place a couple of hours ago, it seems, or the information has been released a couple of hours ago about an event that happened in LA, where it seems content creator influencer who goes by the name of, I believe his name is Denzel Dion. I think that's his name. I'm aware of some content creators in LA, but of course, I'm from London. But it looks like there was an altercation that took place where it turned into something very serious with a woman, a trans woman who goes by the name of Demi, I believe, where she was in a altercation that had left her in a brutal, unfortunate state. Trigger warning, guys. Hey guys, it's Murad back at it again. It is daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel, click that button. It is daily and consistent content. Consistent and persistent, baby. Injected. It is currently 1:45 in the morning. And yeah, here I am doing this video because I was cooking some food. Don't ask me why at this godforsaken time. But anyways, it seems that Denzel Dion, for those of you who don't know who he is, I believe he's a content creator in the US, YouTuber, clothing line, and has been successful in his own right. But it seems that he ended up in a situation where a woman called Demi was flirting with his best friend. He didn't like it and he charged at her and basically attempted to and did beat her up on the stairs at a party, and nobody stopped at all. And she's relaying all of this information on her Instagram stories. Who is involved in part of the LGBTQ plus community, go for somebody who is a trans woman. That is alarming and confusing. And we have to remember that this man, I believe, is 6'7", 6'8", and charging at a woman. What can she do? There is nothing she can do, because you are a 6'7", 6'8" man. If we look at the stories that she's put up, I can't obviously show you every single little thing of these stories because a lot of this stuff is insane, in all honesty. But if we look at her stories, they're very intense. They're very intense, guys. Okay. I'm so sad. I was assaulted and beat up by Max Montana's best friend. He ripped, and this is talking about Denzel. He ripped my hair out and beat me on the steps of a house at my most vulnerable state. I could not defend myself because I was on a steep steps, but he took advantage of me. I did absolutely nothing to the guy, but he couldn't deal with the fact of me flirting with his best friend, so he took effect. I am bleeding from falling on the steps and full of scrapes. Everyone did nothing but watch and stare as I screamed for help. Tore all my hair off, and then you can see the picture of her holding her hair, because that's how vicious it was that her hair was taken off. Tore all my hair off, and I couldn't find the rest of my hair, but I do know one thing: this is a hate crime. I left that party with my hair braided back, thank God, but that doesn't justify what was done to me and everyone watching me getting my ass beat on steep steps. I had no control and was caught so off guard. Also threatened that he would do it time and time again. If everyone can please help me find him, he's overly tall and African American. At this time she didn't know who the guy was. It's not okay, everyone please find this man. She then finds the man and says, this is the man that beat the F out of me. This huge ass man had the nerve to pound on me on the stairs where I had no control. Mind you, he is 6'7", as you can see, quite blurry in these pictures. How about you give it a go and see if you can last a second getting boxed and your hair ripped out by him. Karma will find you, big guy. This man should be ashamed of himself. And then she's showing marks, scrape marks from being dragged along the stairs trying to find my balance, and they're quite deep cuts. Thank you to everyone for the messages. It really fills my heart. I have around me the people that care. This shouldn't have never happened. Him and I had an argument over a boy that I liked, his best friend, and it's resulted in violence on his behalf. Child, the police better just arrest him now, because at this point, this is ridiculous. And it resulted in violence. I've always known I was not liked, admired, or cared for by his body language and facial expressions, yet I always tried to keep the peace and say hi, give a hug. I had a crush on a guy, big effing deal. No justification to get ugly and humiliate me in front of your people. For that moment, I got a taste of what other girls like me around the world might go through, and let me tell you, your face in the concrete and not knowing what's going to happen next is not hopeful. I'm fine, I'll be good, but I pray for everyone else around the world that doesn't have a platform to share their stories. I love you. And then showing bruises on her eyes, guys, like pretty bad bruises. Pretty bad bruises, guys. The level of manhandled, and then she's showing her clothes being torn from how vicious it was for her. There was a really nice man that carried me up the stairs. When I left, he took me to the top and told me to hide, and went back down the hill to gather my heels, my purse and my phone. I was so out of it. I didn't get his name, but if you see this, please come forward as a witness. And now a lot of people obviously are shocked by this. He obviously has deleted a tweet that said, I have no respect for guys who hit women. And then, she said, you have time to be backtracking, deleting tweets, but no time to apologize for the damage you've caused. High blood pressure and have to continue icing my head and neck. She put this up an hour ago. And then, of course, people are saying that they're disgusted by what this man has done, including several content creators. They're all shocked by all of the situation. To be honest with you, I'm shocked as well. I didn't expect something of this nature to take place. I do think that something like this can also be career killing, because this is not a scandal. This is not, something to gossip about. This is not something that, you can laugh about with your friends. This is a hate crime. It's really simple as that. As a 6'7", 6'8" individual, as a grown man, why are you charging at a woman? Why are you even charging in the first place? Because somebody was flirting with your best friend and you found them annoying pre or post, flirting. It doesn't result in you wanting to do something like that. And why was nobody else helping? They just watched. Is it because they know that he may have more followers and she may not, and therefore they don't want to step in and cause a situation that could, not benefit them? Why did no one step in and do anything? Why did they all see this young woman get beat up on the steps? It's tragic. It's embarrassing, it's not professional, and it is a hate crime. And I want to keep repeating that because this is what it is. Now, a lot of people are tweeting about this. I've seen talking about the fact that, I've been waiting for this day, and they're posting memes of people laughing and, saying, I'm waiting for the day for Denzel to get dragged. I've been waiting for this day. First and foremost, why are you waiting for somebody to get dragged? Go and seek help. You're jobless and you need help, because that in itself doesn't make any sense. Number two, why are you posting memes, laughing about it and happy that this person's getting dragged? Because you're taken away from the intensity and the caliber of pain that this young woman went through. You're taken away from the fact that this is a very serious hate crime by making this into a joke, or happy that somebody you don't like as a content creator is getting dragged. This is not a funny situation for people to be discussing. This is a genuine, awful situation where a 6'7", 8" man manhandled a woman down the damn steps, and there are vicious marks. You can go to this girl's Instagram story, it's Alex Demi or something like that, I believe she's called, to see the velocity of madness that took place at this event. And is this going to affect his career, branding, sponsors? Because there are people all in his comments, I believe, and even his friends Ricky's comments, they're all in the comments discussing this, upset by this, because they're shocked at what has taken place. Now, yes, one can say he needs to speak up and you hear his side to a situation. Yes, you can say that, but the facts and evidence are all there, and this young woman is posting everything about what has happened to her. Posting evidence. Everything's all in the stories for anybody to go see. So I think even that is a bit ill-fitted to say, considering what she's gone through. And I do think that trans women are always seen in a position that they're not really this, they're not really that, they're annoying, they're taking space, they're OTT, etc., etc. And people may have hidden feelings about them, and it just resulted in some kind of violence. The fact that you are not in control of yourself and you try to bump your chest at people and try to do verbal fighting, and you want to go to that state, it is scary, and you need to stay away from people like that, because they can take you there as well. If you are not a violent person, there are times where you have to do something. Not that I'm saying defending him, but I'm saying in general, you have to be wary around those, like this man, for example, who is not in control of his physical state. Dragging someone down the steps, scars everywhere, doing an absolute madness, ambulance is called. What are you doing? What are you doing? None of this is funny. It's not a scandal. It is a hate crime. Let me know your thoughts are when it comes to this. If you guys have heard or not heard about the situation, it seems to be spiraling online, and I believe it just took place over the last couple of hours being released. Subscribe to the channel, click that button, guys. It is daily and consistent content no matter what the damn time. My prayers are with this particular young woman. I feel like she's going through a lot right now and is traumatized and is embarrassed that this happened at a party. People are watching her. I'm glad that she is speaking up and those are helping her to do so. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon.